On this special New Year's Eve edition of The Money Shot, we take a look at the last year of PRoN and come up with our favorite moments. It was a year of crazy Subaru news, new ideas, and a new show. I'm Eurojax, and here is our top 5 PRoN moments of 2008. We got the flywheel out. It's time to take the anchor drag bike to get it turned. This segment was actually 100% not my idea. It was the idea of the owner of the shop that we were getting the install done at, Nick. We had pretty much gotten halfway done with the install, and we needed to get the old flywheel turned over at Anchorage Drag Bike. And I was just gonna walk over there. It's like maybe 2 blocks. Either that or get a ride. And Nick's like, "Hey, why don't you just take one of our snow machines? We got a couple. We'll just jump on the back. We'll film it. It'll be hilarious."
Ah, she was in the way. Hey, do it again. She was in the way.
And I thought how typically Alaskan it would be, to jump on a snow machine, act like it's our, normal mode of travel, but it definitely isn't. That was the first time I've been on a snow machine in probably 6 years, since I was in high school maybe. But, this just goes to show you that sometimes the funniest ideas come from the, people you're not expecting. Nick definitely deserves some props for coming up with that idea, and it turned out to be one of the funniest parts of the episode.
When we decided to cover a TSD Rally for episode 5, none of us had any clue how they worked. We sort of understood the concept. I mean, it's not that hard, and we figured that we could grasp it. But we all showed up too late to attend a novice meeting the night before. So when we finally got out on the road, we really were kind of flying blind. Personally, I'm pretty amazed that we finished it all and that we didn't wind up out of gas in another state or something. I say it in the segment, and I'll reiterate it now. If you're new to this sort of thing, show up early. Don't make the same mistake that we did.
So this one happened at Continental Subaru during our Tribeca review. After the ride around, Brent, the salesman that rode with us, was like, "Hey, did you know that Jerry, the dude that's working on our car in this episode, did you know that he can play piano?" I was like, "Oh, he must play Mary Had a Little Lamb or something." Brent was like, "No, he's classically trained in Russia." So later on in the day, I asked Jerry if he would play some stuff for us while I shot it. He was like, "Sure," but he didn't have a piano. So I called around to a bunch of piano stores in town saying, "Hi, my name's Tyler. I co-produce a web show about Subarus, blah, 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 blah." And finally a guy said, "Sure, hey, come on by." So we showed up around closing, and the guy was kind of pissed that we were making him stay open, but Jerry sat down at one of their like $239 trillion pianos and just started ripping it up. The owner of the shop's eyes lit up and he got all excited that an actual decent piano player was there. Jerry seriously was this child genius with a piano apparently, and traveled around Russia like teaching people and learning. It was just an amazing story that he had.
The day we did the brake installs, we were all really eager to see the results. So at about 3 in the morning, once the car was all buttoned up, we went outside to repeat our tests from earlier in the day. Halfway through the test that night, the cops showed up. Imagine, if you will, 5 guys standing around with cameras and clipboards at 3 in the morning on an abandoned stretch of industrial road in the middle of nowhere. The cops asked us what we were doing, and so we told them the truth. Then they said, "Well, have fun," and left. I looked down at the camera in my hand, and it wasn't running. I'll never forgive myself for that.
Our top PRoN moment from 2008 is the key stealing scene from the Tribeca review. We thought it was the funniest because we actually got a Subaru employee to act for us. We had the idea all along to fake steal a car, and we hoped that when we got to the dealership to film, that we could actually find someone that could act or wanted to act. We asked the service manager Barry if he wanted to, and he was surprisingly gung-ho about it. We actually shot this twice. The first time I didn't push record, which at this point is sort of a trademark for me. Luckily Barry was willing to do it again, and we got the shot. The room we go into is actually a janitor's closet or something. When we scripted the bit, we expected there to be an office where they kept the keys for all the cars in the dealership, but nope, it's a janitor's closet. So it's pretty funny to see Barry working on paperwork in a random closet in the corner, a place that he'd probably never be.
This money shot is purpose-built for you by way of Synaptic 3 engineering. Now you can have the same high-quality selection of parts that Synaptic 3 uses for their award-winning purpose-built projects shipped straight to your door. Professionally selected parts. Online at synaptic3.com.
That's it for the New Year's Eve edition of Money Shot. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and add us on MySpace. Especially add us if you're one of the 10% of women who watch the show. What's up, ladies? Thanks to YouTube, we know you're watching. I'm eurojax, and we'll see you next year.